Okay, well, it's been an entire week later, and I just checked all these with the Innova multimeter, but unfortunately, if you don't turn the camera on, it simply doesn't record, so you didn't get to see me do that. So, in short, these and these and these are all holding at 4.13 to 4.16 and even a little bit more. So that's almost fully charged, so they're holding good. The Panasonics, however, they are lower. They are all holding at like 4.3 volts, 4.03 volts. So they've dropped down a ways, almost, from 4.2 originally to 4.03 volts. So they're actually losing. So I'm not sure about these Panasonics. I was pretty excited about these, but there may be a problem with them. I don't know. So we'll come back in another week and test these again and see that they're all holding before I start on to the next process. Alright, another week has went by. That means all these cells have been sitting fully charged for 2 weeks. So let's get them out of the box and have a look and see what we got going on here. Alrighty, well, everything is holding really good except these Panasonics. Everything else is holding at about 4.15, 16, 17, but the Panasonics are all holding at about just a little bit over 4 volts. So they're all still considered fully charged. It's just that these Panasonics, for some reason, have dropped down, but they're holding. They were at this voltage last week, so I don't know why that is, but I would say that they're all good. So I'm going to go ahead and use this new charger because it will cycle 4 cells at a time. I don't remember. It's been probably 2 years since the last time I cycled cells. I think this is going to take probably a good 12 hours, so I will have just enough time to get these 4 batteries, these first 4 done, maybe, if I started right now. The way I used to do this was using this IMAX B6. When I did all my original batteries, I used the IMAX B6 to charge and discharge. I think, didn't I? I think this will do it. I don't remember. I'm almost sure it does. Has a discharge function, so I would have them all charged up, and then I'd discharge them down, then bring them back up. And I don't remember, did I do multiple batteries, or did I just do 1 battery with the IMAX? I guess I'm going to have to go back and watch my old videos, because I don't remember. I think you can only do 1 battery at a time, and that's why it's very inconvenient. But the IMAX B6 is a wonderful tool, and I don't regret having it. It was not very expensive, but it still works. It's the only one I've ever owned. But yeah, you can actually cycle them using the IMAX, but I think it takes a long time. I think I'll have to use the IMAX when it comes time to cycle these, even though you could actually put that in there like that. That would work. That would cycle it as 1 cell. But I don't think it's designed to do that. That's probably going to be too much for it. It's designed to do 4 cells individually. But we'll have to use the IMAX when it comes time to cycle these 3. Alright, I had to take a minute and re-familiarize myself with how this thing works. Let's plug it in, and I'll show you how it actually works really quick. When it first comes on, it's saying null right there. And up here it says 0.5 amps. To change that, you hit the button and it goes to 1 amp. but it always defaults at the 1/2 amp. Now it's on charge right now, so these are all fully charged, so we want to push the button down and hold it. And now it goes to cap, which means capacity. So now it will measure the capacity. Now we hit our button again to take it to 1 amp, because I'm going to discharge these, pardon me, at 1 amp, because it'll go faster. So I never cleaned these batteries up, and they got stuff all over them and tape and glue and whatnot, but they'll fit in here all right. So it's set up, ready to go. All it wants is some batteries in there, so let's just start sticking them in. The positive side facing this way, otherwise it'll tell you that something is wrong. So we'll stick all those in, and they immediately start discharging. Actually, they're charging. They're going up. So it's going to take them all the way up, apparently. I thought it would automatically just bring them down. But it's going to probably take them all the way up. And you can always tell by which way the arrows are going. So it's going to take them all the way up to full charge, and then it'll beep, and then it'll start going backwards. And that means it's discharging it. And then the numbers here will reset down here. The screen went dark, but these numbers will reset at 00, and it'll take it all the way down. And then when it hits the bottom, the numbers will lock in place, and it'll start bringing it back up. And that number that is locked in place, when it starts coming back up the second time, is your capacity number. So then I will take my wonderful little Sharpie here, and I will write the date on these and that number for each individual cell, and that will be my capacity. So let's just let this thing sit here and do its thing, and come back later on when it is actually in the discharging mode. Okay, well, it's been about 15 minutes, and actually 2 of them have already started to discharge. The milliamp hours have changed. As you see, this one's actually going backwards, this one's still going forwards, that's going forwards, and that one's going backwards. So these 2 outside ones are actually discharging now. So we're getting there, and I hope I can get this done within 12 hours, and I don't have to walk off and leave it tomorrow morning. It is currently 6:40 or so in the morning on Tuesday. Let's hope we can get this set of batteries done. 3 hours since we started this, and all the cells are in the capacity mode right now. They're all discharging. So you can see they're 35.7, 36, 37, 35. I forget how far they're going to go down. They should go down all the way to 3 volts, but I'm not sure. Maybe 3.2. But as you can see, the capacity is this one's at 800. This is 13. That's 1100. That's 1200. I am hoping for a capacity of well over 2,000 milliamps. Otherwise, they're really probably not going to be much good for anything if they're below 2,000 milliamps. And they're pretty hot. Well, they're not hot, they're warm. They are fairly warm right now. I don't have a heat gun or nothing. But they're not hot, they're pretty warm, which is a little concerning, but they've been like that for over an hour. It's when they start getting really, really hot that you can be pretty concerned about them. So anyway, moving right along. Okay, it's 11 o'clock now. We're about 4.5 hours into this, and 3 of the cells have actually finished discharging and are charging up. These 3 here. This one is still discharging. And unfortunately, the milliamp reading is pretty low. I've got 1700 on this, 17 on that, and 17 on that. So that means that these things have lost some capacity. They're probably pretty old, or they've been through a lot of cycles. I don't know which, but they're under 2,000 milliamp hours. But I can still use them. If you're going to use these in a bank, you want them all to be roughly the same milliamp hour. The general rule is you shouldn't build a big bank of batteries out of anything under 2,000 milliamps. But these will still work. I can still do something with these. Build something out of all four of them. Okay, there we are. The last battery just completed, and I was able to do all four of those in less than 8 hours. That's considerably less time than I thought it would take. So I'm actually going to have a chance now to do 4 more batteries after I let this thing take a break and rest for a little bit, because I will be here for another 12, 13, 14 hours, so I'll be able to get another set in. So here's the details on it. They're all 1700 milliamps. Not what I would like to have, but not too bad. I can definitely use them for something. So I've written my date on here. You don't have to do that, but you do need to write your milliamp hours on there to keep them all straight, because you wouldn't want to mix a 1700 milliamp hour battery in with a 2600 in a big pack. You could end up having some issues. So that's all there is to this. It's actually quite simple. So that's going to be it for this video on harvesting and reclaiming used 18650 laptop batteries. Hope you enjoyed it, and hope you learned something, and I will be back with some more videos very, very soon. Thanks for watching.